27 is young as hell, bro. I'm trying to get to 77.
So you hear me?
I'm trying to get to 77.
Healthiest way possible. Whether we, whether we have ups or downs, wins or fails.
Oh, what was that word?
What wins or fails?
I don't know. I don't know that F word. That's a bad word. That's what people get stuck on.
F word, failure?
Yeah, that's what people get stuck on, bro. I don't know what that is. The only time I've ever failed something is when I stopped doing it. That's the only time you fail, bro. Is when you stop. If you keep going, at some point, you're going to figure out your way to be successful at something. And that's what a lot of people get bent out of shape about. They try it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, right? And they think they failed. One thing that I learned, baseball taught me that. So, because sometimes you don't get your pitch on the first pitch, and if you miss a pitch, that wasn't the pitch you were supposed to hit anyway, because you missed it. The one you're supposed to get is the one that you hit well. So when people, like, that's why, like, baseball I can relate to light. Sometimes you gotta get in the trenches and have a 12 pitch at bat to get that one pitch. That's 12 times that you're failing and you're battling. To some people, when you're doing, you're not failing, you're learning. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big piece when you're sitting there and you're really, really, really trying to do something. You're learning. You gotta lose that F word, bro. That F word don't rock with me. I don't take it for myself. I don't take it for my athletes. If I'm not interested in something, I won't even try to do it, because I'm not gonna be able to give it 100%. You know what I'm saying? And people think that you can't be multi-faceted because it's gonna take time away and you're gonna fail at something. I get that a lot. I got shoes rocking. I got apparel that's coming out. I run a baseball organization, right? But it's time management. I have 100% control of my time, so I know how to deck my time out.
You got your time back.
Yeah, I got my time back. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had my time back since I was in college. In college, I learned what time management was. They put me on a good schedule. I just learned how to re-implement it. You know, and it's a lot healthier, right? My spirits are a lot higher. I'm physically in good shape. Mentally, I'm in good shape because I got my time back.
One thing I learned about college is just one word: learn.
Mm-hmm.
Learn, okay? And once you lose that L, the rest is yours because you earned the rest.
Right. 100%, bro. What's learning to you? What's a learning curve to you?
Learning curve.
What does that mean?
A learning curve to me is being in a situation where, it wasn't college. It wasn't college. I've been to quite a few schools. I don't take any of that as L's. I don't take any of my transferring as L's. I take it, or failures. I take it as a learning curve. And what I learned from that is it's good to know how to communicate with people. And it's good to it's good to know how to communicate with people and just stay positive. Stay positive. If you know your time is coming, you know what I'm saying, and you take everything in for what it's worth, and you learn. You learn a lot about yourself. You know.
Oh yeah, in college that's why I encourage people to go to college. You learn what type of person that you are in college when you gotta get in the trenches and the real adulting.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You know, I went to, how many colleges? You went to 3 colleges?
3 colleges.
I went to 2. Right, or I went to 3 because I went back and ended up going back to Ashford. So I went to Mizzou, Ashford, and Jeffco. Right. I used Mizzou's structure because that was the one that I knew everywhere, and that's why. And guess what? It was successful, and I learned how to duplicate that. When I learned something that was successful, I duplicate it. Yeah. It doesn't matter what field: sports, business, music. apparel. If something is successful, you duplicate, right? It's like multiplication. But you gotta, when people are like, oh, you'll never need math. I was one of those kids. Oh, I don't need to learn math. It was teaching you how to duplicate and how to do your work, bro. Show your work. You need school. Stay in school. Get your time back. I try to teach my niece these habits at 14. You know what I'm saying? So when she's 20, she's way above where I was. Way above. You know, and that's the point of why you should get into educating people and helping people. Your job is, as a person, to put someone in a better light. You know, that's the whole purpose of living. People walk around all the time with no purpose, but your simple purpose of what I believe, this is my ideology, is you're put on this earth to make other lives better. A lot of the lives. I got into baseball because I wanted to make one life better, to change one life. And it kept me out of the streets. It kept me from chasing things around that I shouldn't be chasing around. Right? Baseball was my cabin to keep me away from the interesting things that happen in the world.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Football was my getaway.
Yep.
It was the getaway. So hey, like when I was frustrated or anything, when I was excited, I ran football. It took me to my special place at that time.
Right. So, yeah. And a lot of people that watch this won't know our story, bro. We grew up 4 streets apart. We were literally like brothers. I used to run down to your house and try to beat you up, you and your brother. You know what I'm saying? People, but it's cool because we go from the neighborhood, right? And now we're sitting here. You're running 2 businesses. I got 2 businesses, right? And but we came from similar backgrounds. We both had 2 parents, you know, that are married, and they sacrificed for us and to teach us. You know, it was, I moved out of here from Goodfellow Boulevard, you know, and then looking back at it now, I see why my parents did. It was an environment. With my mindset, bro, I would have been a hustler. I'm telling you that right now. Right now, my parents changed my environment, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and they saved my life, because with my mindset, I would have been a kingpin. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, and that's what people gotta understand. Your environment is everything. With enterprise, that's what I talked about. You create your own environment. I want a good environment, so I'm gonna put good people around my brand. If you're a good person, we can rap and we can talk about it, right, all the time. And you're a good person, I want you to rock my brand.
So those in an environment that is hard to get out of and it's not the best environment, how do we educate them? How are we able to, you know, like you said, how are we able to give them that light?
I have family that are in some bad environments. You know what I tell them? Educate yourself. Because at the end of the day, bro, I show my little cousins things, and they like, man, I learn more with you than I learned in school. Get these guys real books, history books. Like, look, bro, I know what I know because of history. I was able to change my life because I simply read books. My mom grew up on Shreve Avenue. She had to learn how to talk well. My mom speaks very well because she practiced speaking. She used to use the term, instead of saying mind, she would say minds. And her teachers never corrected her. She went to Sloan. Let's talk about it. I want a school reformation. That's what I want. All the inner cities around America, they need books. Donate them. If you got them, send them. You know what I'm saying? You gotta read, bro. There's a lot of stuff. Knowledge is power. You know, and I really, really do believe in the school systems. I believe the school systems, big time, allow you to produce leaders. That's why Zumwalt's amazing. Zumwalt provides you with a lot of in the O'Fallon area, Zumwalt allows you to grow, man. Like, we had great teachers, bro. We had teachers that we could go to. We had teachers that supported us. I still have teachers now that hit us up. Hey, I love what you're doing. Keep doing it. That's awesome. I've been out of school 8 years. 9 years in May. That's dope. When your teachers are still supporting you almost a decade later, that's how it should be in schools across America. I applaud Zumwalt for that. That's tough.
I agree. I completely agree. I definitely get feedback from teachers from my high school, which is dope. Which is definitely dope.
I think the big thing to think is, I think we were role models even in high school, bro. You know, and I don't like pinning myself as a role model. I like my actions to say that. But I mean, did we do our knucklehead stuff? Absolutely, bro. We were 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. We were learning how to be adults. People are going to go through mistakes. That's what I think people fail to realize. You know, like, at 27, I look back and I say, I was dumb as heck. You know, but I think in high school, we were athletes, but I think we were good students. That wasn't it. I think we all put a lot of time into being a good student. I think we got better in college. We became better students, which made us better athletes. That's what athletes really have to know, right? If you manage your time and you get your time back, you have all the time in the world to do what you want to do. But when you want to do what you want to do, put it back into your sport. That's your business. Time is the most valuable thing. It's the only thing on this planet where you can't get more of it. Other than, like, the only other thing that's even close to time is getting some land. Why land? Because you can't make more land, bro. But time, you can't make more time. You can make more time in your schedule, but you only got 24 hours in a day. You only have 168 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? Scheduling is the number one priority that I would give to the youth movement. And if you're a struggling adult, manage your time. Get your time back. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to sit here and say, oh, I wish I could have did this. I wish I could have did that. Everyone has to work. I choose to work. What'd you say?
Someone that is in that position where they're like, man, I got to get my time back. I really got to work on my time management. What is just one tip that someone can start today, and that'll just change it?
Write out your day, because you're gonna see, bro. Look, you have, like I just said, you have 168 hours a week, just like I do, and I choose to work 50 hours of that week. That leaves me with 110 hours to do other things. Sleep, eat, work some more if I want to. Bro, get your time back. Stop making excuses. Write out a schedule. If you want to run your own business, go to work, right, every day, and find out if you're gonna work 8 hour shift. I need 8 hours into your business, or 2 hours. If you're growing it, put 25% back into your business. That's 10 hours of work a day. You can afford that. You sleep 8. It's 24, so that leaves you 16. Okay, then you work 8, and then you give me 2 more. So that's a 10. So now you have 6 hours to do whatever you want. Eat, sleep, some more.
Well, I think that goes to those who work, full time, 40 plus hours a week. You still have roughly, 120 more hours in that week to be able to create your time back, your freedom, and your own business. So, numbers don't lie at that point.
Numbers don't lie, bro. You know what? I had a thing popping up in my head when I was going through, like, viewership, and going through. Bro, you have to do numbers. You have to do your numbers. You have to reconcile your numbers. Do them. Run it up. You know what I'm saying?
Run it up.
You gotta run it up. I really run it up. That song, yes. That song to me spazzes because when you do the numbers, bro, you run it up. Dude, get your time back. It's one of the most essential things you can learn how to do. If I had to go and speak into a school right now, my number one thing that I would go on tour and speak about is how to time manage and why it's so important. They gave me a syllabus at Mizzou. I worked 3 weeks ahead. So when something popped up and I wanted to go to it, I went to it. You remember when you and your dad came up there and you're like, hey, we're coming up to the football game? I said, bet, bro. I was doing homework when y'all called me. I said, bet. I was doing it 3 weeks ahead. Get ahead. You have to get ahead. If you want to get ahead, use your time wisely. I think 3 to 5 years in advance. Sometimes 10 to 60. Huh?
Some working 9 to 5, and they believe they don't have time. Where do they fit in to be able to create their own legacy?
Hey, you better get up at 6:30. You working 9 to 5 with no time. You better get up at 6:30. You get that 30 minutes to get in the shower, get your head together. 20 minutes to eat.
I shower, cold shower.
Huh?
I shower, cold shower.
I'm like the in between, bro. But mostly hot. So, because I'm cold blooded, I gotta heat myself up sometimes. Not really. I'm not cold blooded. I got a soft heart. My mom made me soft, but it's okay. Hard head, soft heart. That's how you gotta be. Hard head because people are gonna tell you a lot of stuff that you can and can't do. You know, you gotta be hard headed, right, to get through that crap. But you know, the biggest thing that I like, what made me learn how to create time was meditation, bro. Take 10 minutes for yourself a day. It does you wonders. It does. It really does. Like right now, the biggest dude that I've been studying a lot has been Nipsey, because he speaks so well, and his structure was dope, right? So when I get, like, I don't get inspired by a lot of people, but he really inspired me. Because one, he got educated in a prison system, bro. That shows you the power of knowledge. It's so sad that he fell a victim of his environment. You know, and that's why I really want to educate people on, like, there's so much stuff that you can do instead of being violent. Like, if you pick up a book, it will help you channel that energy to create exactly what you want in life. With words. Like you said it earlier, communication. I learned how to communicate. I really hit my stride in communication right now. I'm in it. I'm in my prime right now of communication. The next phase, I don't know what it could be. It could be thought process. That's going to be scary because I think well now. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you have to think. Bro, people are like, oh, you're in your prime right now. Bro, I'm going to be in my prime forever. There's always levels. You know, like,
life is a lifelong learning process.
100%.
You think that you hit your peak at a certain time. You're right. That is your peak. There is no getting higher than that.
Yeah.
Lifelong process.
Bro, I'm going to be honest with you. I played minor league baseball for 5 years. The guys that felt like they were going to get cut, got cut. The guys that said, I ain't getting cut, they kept going. You know, no, I'm not saying that's 100%, bro. I'm not putting that stipulation. It's just you hear talk. Oh man, I think I'm going to get cut this year. Oh yeah, you put that, you manifested that into the world, bro. You know, that's the stuff where I learned the power of words. People hear that. People feel that. People feel your words. That's why, guess what? I try not to talk to my niece harshly because I know how words make her feel. So she's made me talk differently and more clearly because she takes words to heart. I never want to hurt a girl that I love. You know, guess what? People love what I do. I need to speak to them well. Can't talk harshly to them. I talk with care, bro. Affirmation. That's what you gotta start learning and understanding. If you love someone, find the words to communicate that. You don't have to say I love you. Love is an action. Right? I love what I do. That's why I go to work every single day. I'm in a cage every single day, 3 to 10, 5 to 10, every day. That's my library. That's where I go and learn. That's my practice. I study psychology. That's where I get to go study people. You got to create your own environment. Guess what? I haven't had a bad day in lessons probably in like 3 years. And I can't even remember what the lesson was that I had a bad one with. And it probably was just something where the kid was being a kid and wasn't listening and I got irritated. We're human. That's another thing people got to realize. Everybody's human. Your coaches are human. These professional athletes on TV are human. Right? These celebrities are human. That's why I don't get starstruck. Bro, you're like me. You're cool. Let's have a conversation. I want to know what you know, bro. What's something that can help me? One of the best things that Trey Mancini with the Orioles told me on the bus, and because he was going off, bro. That dude's good. Hope Trey's doing well, bro. But I asked him, I said, bro, what's your process? He goes, honestly, bro, I had to stop caring about the results and care more about the process. All day. He said, number one thing. I was 21 when he told me that. That dude's in the big leagues. That dude's well above his time right here, bro. Shout out to him. Adam Jones is dope. Me and Adam Jones had a conversation, and it was just about how to make kids in California and San Diego better, the environment better. You know, Adam Jones sent me two pairs of cleats after the conversation. That was so dope. That's why I said, bro, money is a representation of kindness. That's why those dudes are successful. They're kind. They give you knowledge. Who said in episode 1, give people business. I use those skill sets and that created business for me. Kindness. Yep. You know, and that's really, 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 really where you got to go with everything, bro. Is if you got to go in and you gotta look at, you know, like what goal setting. What are you trying to do? Right? And that's kind of what you got to understand. Like, people are your biggest assets, bro. If you don't know how to treat people, you're not going to be in business very long. Openly. I say that openly. Because it's the truth. You know, if you need to learn how to talk to people, read a book. Start talking, have a friend and have them interview you. How many times have we gone through interviews? Your brother came to me and was like, bro, you got 30 seconds to tell me what you want and show me. That's dope. Okay, I'm going to learn how to condense and get this to 30 seconds. That's hard for me. I talk in detail. You know what I'm saying? But he challenged me. He goes, bro, sometimes you only get 30 seconds. You got to catch someone in an elevator. I said, okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, anything. That's what I said. But the thing about it is, everybody knows how to talk to a stranger. So I don't know why it's so hard to communicate with anybody. You're quick to say, how you doing? How's your day? I mean, some people don't do that, but, you know, even if it's forced communication, excuse me. You know what I mean?
Bro, I grew up in a house, and you were probably the same way. I remember, like, my dad will go off. I mean, he's the nicest human on the earth. But if you wake up and you don't say good morning, that sets him off. Because anytime that he will tell you, anytime that you get to wake up is a good morning. So you better say good morning. And he established that. So it's like anywhere I go and it's morning time, good morning. I got mad at myself because I was getting rude in text messages. I was waking up and just texting people back. I wasn't doing any greetings or anything. You gotta add your greetings in there you'll get way better responses, and it makes it way better, bro. Good morning, how are you doing? Good afternoon. Hey, how are you doing? Hope all is well. You got it. Those are the things. Those are the little tips that I would give people to say, hey, if you're having a hard time getting responses or having a conversation, add those little tips.
Add the greeting.
Yep, you gotta have the greeting. If you don't have politeness in a greeting, you won't be able to talk to people. Talking's not hard. You gotta practice it. Coaching made me be able to talk, express more. It was like when I was younger, I was always told, watch your tone. I would get mad, so I would shut up. And then I would be always mindful of what I said, so I didn't really talk in baseball. I really enjoyed it, but I really didn't talk. Right? I was dang near a mute until I was like 25. Like, for me. Like, me being me now, I was a mute before 25. Now I'm able to express it. Now I'm able to say, hey, what's up? That's why I love what I do so much. The kids come in and they say, hey, Coach G, I'm just having a bad day today. I said, well, let's talk about it. What's up? Well, I'm doing this. I'm feeling this. You know, that's became their sanctuary too, where they look forward to coming to lessons because they know that someone's going to listen, right? That's the type of stuff that I need everywhere. You know, I need every batting cage to be like that. Your kids should want to come to a batting cage. You know, that's the biggest part, bro, is creating your environment through positivity and putting good people around you. You're as good as the company you keep.
Man, you can say that loud.
Mm-hmm.
That's just part of the process. That ain't nothing but part of the process.
Yeah.
You are rewarded, you are applauded for your achievements, but if you get stuck on that, your peak will be too soon. Your peak will be too soon. Okay? So appreciate your accomplishments, but continue to aspire every time. Aspire.
No.
Aspire the process.
The thing that I like a lot that you just said is appreciating your accomplishments.
Yeah.
Because I didn't do that until now. Like, when I say now, 27. Because what COVID did for me is it made me sit down and it made me think and it made me plan and it made me write out what I had.
I think COVID did that for everybody, but there's two sides of it. You sit down, you think. Let me tell you about the word complacency. Complacency does not mean lazy.
No, it's settling.
It's also overthinking.
You said what?
It's also process.
What, that can make you complacent?
That is complacency. Complacency is overthinking your process too.
I've been there. It'll drive you crazy too. It'll drive you crazy.
So that leads back to COVID. That leads back to everybody's thought process in COVID. Everybody's overthinking in COVID, and then there comes execution. Okay.
But you know what COVID's teaching America? COVID's teaching America how to be mindful. That's all it was doing. Wear a mask because it might save somebody's life. You know, guess what? I hate the mask. Hate it. Don't want it. It makes me talk louder, strains my voice more. I hate it. At the end of the day, I don't want to bring nothing home to my dad, and I don't want you to bring anything home to your parents or your family. Be mindful. That's all it is. That's all it is. I'm like, it's nothing more than that, bro. It's really not. Just be considerate. If you have a problem with being considerate, then we gotta rethink some things, bro.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to militarize consideration, and I want to militarize positivity. That's my movement. Me personally. I want to do what my dad has taught me. My dad is so positive that he's annoying. like I remember getting cut from baseball, and he's like, man, don't let it destroy you. I said, if you don't leave me alone and just let me sulk, I'm angry right now. I'm furious. But I needed that too, because it stuck with me. He's like, don't let it destroy you. Anger will destroy you. I lost a cousin because she was too angry. You know, accidental suicide, bro. That's not cool. You know, but you live and you learn. And I think those things are reminders for making sure that you take a minute just to collaborate your thoughts, right? A big thing that you can do is write it down. Keep a journal.
That's one thing my dad always said. He said, "I write it down, write it down, write it down." I'm like, okay, I'm gonna write it down.
Keep a journal.
Write it down. He crossed off all his accomplishments. One day I wrote mine down, and I'm weeks later, months later, I'm all confused. I don't know what's going on. My time's all messed up. I'm trying to get my time back, and I'm like, let me go back to that notebook I used to write in. And I go back to the notebook that I used to write in. Actually, here it is. This is the notebook right here. And there's plenty of stuff in here that I wrote about, but I look at the notebook, and I'm like, man, everything's going bad. Everything's going bad. And I go back to that section that had my goals that my dad talked about, write down. And I'm finding myself crossing out these goals that I'm hidden, that I already hit. I'm like, man, the power of writing it down.
Bro, you know what I use? I use whiteboards.
Whiteboards?
I use whiteboards and journals, bro. That's how I keep everything organized. Like, my mind is like a blessing and a curse. It doesn't shut off. So I'm always going to be looking at how to advance something. I've had to learn, like, even that 10 minutes where it shuts down, bro, it's fine. Like, I'll lay in bed at night and I'll be like, oh, I gotta go work. It'll be like 12 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, the only thing that shows me out is music. But guess what that led to? Me doing music. Because I'm like, oh, look at this bar that he did. I can do that. Let me start writing. You know, and that's, but I think it's dope because people get to get inside my head a little bit. I think in my music it's going to be my best thoughts. You know, it's going to be mindful, you know, like, it's still going to be hip-hop. I'm still going to keep it hip-hop. But you might see different genres. Like, I got an acoustic beat that I kind of spit over. You know, it's exciting, bro. Juice has got some stuff coming, though. You got some finance coaching.
Oh, yeah.
Let's hear a little bit about that.
Right now, I'm just in the middle of, you know, just like I said, just getting my skills together. So currently, I returned my financial advising license. So emphasis on insurance, life and health insurance. So I'm really excited about that. We'll definitely be chatting that up on this podcast. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that. I'm also in the middle of getting my real estate license. So I mean, people ask why I want to do all these licenses and why I'm doing so many things at one time. Because I enjoy the process so much. You know what I'm saying? You spread yourself too thin. No, I'm enjoying my process. You know, even if it's not something that I'm going to do as a career, I'm going to spark somebody. I'm going to be able to educate someone who didn't have that opportunity, and they're going to be able to take that as far as way farther than me. Just like how you said with your niece. When she hits 20, she's going to be way on another.
Got to. I mean, you got a sister, bro. So you get to set her up.
Oh yeah.
You know, and she's smart. She's gonna be all right.
Very intelligent, and she's listening, and that's awesome. I got little cousins.
Yep. You gotta change it for your family. You get in business for two reasons: to sell it or to change your family. Or you pass it down.
Pass it down, spark somebody, man. Somebody.
You said something about the changing the world. Tupac said, "I won't change the world, but I'll spark a mind that will change the world." And he sparked a lot of minds, bro. That's on our website. That's one of my favorite quotes. Because that's the truth. We're not one man can't change the world, but all of us can. That's what's dope about what people need to really, really get on. If you got to get on the movement of we're all humans, right? But we're going to be different. I said this to you in our conversation the other day. I don't believe in world peace because you and I, we are good friends, best friends, right? But at the end of the day, we argue, right? I live in a house with my dad. love him to death, right? We argue, right? But how are you going to get to world peace when there's so many, everyone's going to have differences? But if you become accepting and just knowing that someone's different than you, right, then you don't argue about anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we talked about this, I think, on the first podcast. It doesn't make sense to argue about religion. Because you got to sit down and read that religion, and most people won't do that. So why are you arguing about something you don't know about? It makes no sense. Just believe what you believe in your teachings, and move that way. Because guess what? I go off the Bible, and the Bible doesn't tell me to do anything bad. It says love everybody. It tells me not to judge. Okay, cool. That's what the message I get. I try to be Jesus-like. I try to teach, right? I don't try to preach, but I try to teach, right? I try to give out a message, but I let my actions speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, you shouldn't talk about God. Why not? People don't know, oh, believe in science. Okay, conscience. Science. With science. That's what your conscience is. I believe science explains the works of God. So I believe in both. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what people gotta understand. If you get understanding, you stop arguing. Stop arguing and get understanding on things, and you will get educated to change your life. Stop worrying about dumb stuff. Huh? You said what?
All I ask is for understanding.
That's all you need. That's all you need, bro. You gotta understand a lot. Guess what? My niece made me understand a lot, bro. Her dad's not around. I had to step up. I mean, I used to walk around with her in the car seat, bro. Down to the baseball field, and she was like 1 year old. That was dumb. Could have overheated. Could have got hit by a ball. But looking back on it now, it's funny. A 12-year-old having to almost be a dad with a diaper bag and a niece in the seat and a book bag or a bat bag in another arm. Bro, I had a ball. I had to change my lifestyle. I had to do something for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what people gotta get to. Find something that motivates you and find something you're good at so you can get to that motivation, bro.
Couldn't agree more myself.
Yeah, I mean, both of us, we were motivated. Like, you guys would come in, hey, G, hey, we need somewhere to train. Will you train us? Yeah, bet. You're trying to get somewhere? I'm for it. Any idea that you come up with and you can pitch me some type of plan, bro, we can make time. We have 168 hours a week. Now, look, I need at least 8 to 10 to sleep every day. Right? So we're talking about, okay, we have 100 hours a week to figure something out. You got to know how to manage your time. I don't get overwhelmed anymore. I used to because I was getting off time management. That's how you stop feeling overwhelmed. Manage your time. 2 hours a day is a lot of time, bro. But it seems like it flies by when you're rushing and you're not managing it well. You know what I'm saying? Since I've gotten my time management back up, I've been able to do a lot of stuff. Set up office, right? We've been able to create this podcast. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to educate a lot of people. It's not hard. You just got to time manage. You got to have a thought process behind it, right? And you only need one person to support it, bro. That's yourself. If you support it, you're going to be okay.
You're going to be all right.
Right. Because at the end of the day, bro, when you get behind what you want to do, your circle gets smaller. Right? Because it only matters about the people that support it. Because those are going to be the people that help you grow it. And my biggest thing that kept me from doing things that I wanted to do, I was worried about the world. I was worried about 7 billion people not liking what I do. Instead of just saying I have this mindset and there's a million me's walking around, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where I try to tell kids, stop being so subconscious and be yourself. In the batting cage, I let them talk. I let them sass me. I let them ask me whatever questions, and I answer them honestly. You know, because why? Because they're trying to learn, bro. I have a rule, and we can end on this. When we get in lessons, I have one rule, or I'll give you the whole rule. I have more than one rules. Number one, you don't leave my cage confused. You may not know how to do something, but you don't leave here not knowing why we're doing something. Rule number two, if you have a question, ask it. Rule number three, if I don't have an answer for your question, I will get an answer for your question. I want questions because at the end of the day, if you're an athlete, I need you coming in on your A game.
A game.
A game. I don't like when my athletes come in and they're not ready to talk to me. Yo, what's up? Good afternoon. Coach T, I've been working on this. I'm thinking about doing this today. I want to hear all that. Why? That gets my mind going. Sometimes I get out of the office and I'm like, oh my God, bro, I don't want to work anymore. But when my athletes come in, they get me ready to work. And that's how it's got to be. You got to bring your A game every single day. Every single day we wake up and I bring my A game because I'm like, okay, he's going to be ready, so I'm going to be ready. And I don't like losing. I ain't losing. I will be a winner till the day I go into the ground at something. You know what I'm saying? Well, I will have a winning mindset till the day I go in the ground. You know what I'm saying? And that's how everyone should be, bro. I preach that into everybody.
So I feel like that's definitely what we're going to preach on this.
Yeah.
Okay. You gotta have a winning mindset at all time, and the most important part of that is getting that time right. If you get that time back, you got 168. If you figure that out, it's hard to lose.
Yeah, it is. Extremely hard to lose.
You're gonna learn. Eventually, you're gonna get rid of that L. Learn does.
Oh yeah.
Get rid of that L. You ready to earn.
Oh yeah. You know, take the L. Keep learning. There's no L's when you're learning, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's not a loss. L's when you're learning are dubs. Dude, people who weren't catching this, on my Facebook, I was running through in weeks, and I went 7-0 for a week straight, and people are like, what the heck is he talking about? Every day I wake up is a W. Every day. I start every single day with a W when I wake up. Now, when I go make my bed, that's two. That's 2 dubs that day. When I go do work that day, that's 3 dubs. Actually, every hour is a W. I'm a winner. When I'm getting through every single hour and teaching someone something, I'm winning. I win 50 hours a week. I get 50 wins a week off my hours. Plus 7 per week. Do numbers, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's talk about every.
That duplicate. Them 50 hours duplicate.
Okay, so then you add some more in there. And what if you went per athlete? You guys don't want to hear that number. You know what I'm saying? That's my mindset. That's a W. If I get to teach, every athlete I teach is a W. Every parent that comes in and knows that their kids learning, that's a W. I want my W's to spread like COVID, bro. I do. And I don't mean that in a bad way. We lost a lot of people to COVID, but you gotta use it for what it is, bro. It taught you something. If you understand people, you can get your message out there. I'm trying to catch dubs. If you understand, if you were around one person, you were infecting like 100 people, at least. Because you were going to be around, that person was going to be around another person, and that, bro, one person. So if I was around my normal capacity, right, it's like 300,000 people that I could have infected by not being mindful. Come on, bro. Think. You got to do numbers. I'm chasing them. You know what I'm saying? You got, like, is it accurate? Let's say I'm half wrong. That's 150,000 people. Okay, let's say I'm half wrong on that. That's 75. Let's 75. Okay, I'm half wrong on that, bro. At the end of the day, if I'm around 10,000 people, that's still a reach. If I'm still able to reach 10,000 people, that's still a reach. I need 10,000 like I need one person. You better study who Karl Marx is when he talks about wants and needs.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
So we'll get into Karl Marx in the future.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, man, I love today. I love what we had.
Yep.
Oh man, and this is Get Your Time Back podcast. So
yep.
Please too. We got jewels, we got gems, we got stuff to give you, man. You just be ready. Tell someone. Let this spread like wildfire. Let this spread like COVID. Tell somebody, because it can reach somebody, it can touch somebody, any age.
Yep, any age, bro. We keep it clean. You know, we're for the people, bro. What does it say? We the people of the United States. This is the new Constitution, bro. This is where you want to come talk. I know, bro. So, all right, bro. You stay blessed.
Yes, sir.
You all stay blessed. Keep your head up.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro.